Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so we're going to be doing our travel makeup tutorial. So, how this is going to work is not everything, but almost everything that I said that is travel makeup is going to be in this video. It's going to be a couple things missing, but that's fine. And I forgot that. So, get started. So first I'm going to be doing my brows. So I'm using my e.l.f. eyebrow doer brush. And I'm quickly shaping my brows. Okay. So I shaped my brows. Now we're going to go into the e.l.f. brow lift and the brow lift applicator. And we're going to pretty much be almost gluing the brows down. Well, actually pretty much gluing the brows down. And I forgot to grab my makeup wipes really quick, which is nice because they're right beside me. And this just keeps my brow lift applicator pretty much clean from the brow lift. So I use what I can on my brows, and then anything that's inside the spoolie will be cleaned off with the makeup wipe, and then whatever else. Which we're going to be doing our eyeshadow after brows today. So really happy about that. So then I just take a little makeup wipe and swirl my spoolie around. And it gets as much of the brow lift that's stuck inside the spoolie out as it can. Oh yeah. Okay. So now we're going to fill in our brows with the e.l.f. Bite Size palette. So again, we're going to go in between the first and third shade. We're doing that to do that nice color contrast that we need for our brows. And it's about one, maybe two. Actually, sorry, it's three. So I'm going to try to wear this into about 8 or 9. because I'm really trying to see how long this stuff lasts. Because I know that a lot of this stuff that I've already tried, I already know it lasts long. But what I'm doing is I'm just double checking that it wasn't like something with the amount I used or something like that. Which sometimes can happen with me. Like I use too much. And then I think that it actually lasts long, but in reality it don't. So now, like I said, there's going to be some brushes I don't use today. We're going to use the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Full Wear Concealer in the shade Ivory. And this is going to be our eyeshadow primer today. We're going to use my e.l.f. concealer brush. This brush to blend that out. And then we're going to kind of go a little higher than that. There we go. And what I'm doing with this wiping all the brushes off is I'm making it to where the brushes are clean longer. Like, yeah, this is just for this use, but after that I'm not gonna do it. It's just I just got done cleaning them today. So some of these have only been clean for a day or so. Just trying to keep my brushes clean longer. Okay. Then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. And then next, like I said, next tutorial, not gonna do it this way, it's just for today. So if you notice, I'm going pretty far out, and there's a reason for that. So this concealer is done. And I mean, not all of it's gonna be cleaned off. There's gonna be still some makeup residue. Alright. And then I'm gonna blend it with my Camo Concealer Sponge. I already blended my other eye, and I forgot to tell you what I'm using. My Camo Concealer Sponge. It gets into creases and crevices and corners of the eyes really well. Okay, so now we're going to use a little bit of the Maybelline powder to set the eyes so we can start doing the makeup look. So we're going to use my Real Techniques setting brush. Just a little bit of powder. And we're going to lightly set all of that like this. This setting brush really works. It's a great investment. All that sorts of fun stuff. And I'm sorry if it seems like I'm trying to hurry. I'm not trying to hurry in any means. So I'm going to keep my brush as clean as possible today. Alright. So now we're going to go into the Bite Size palette again. Let me get on my... Might not use the angled crease brush today. I'm going to use that today. We will be using these 4 brushes. And actually, before I do that, I'm going to go into my detail liner brush and the gel eyeliner that I have, and I'm going to create my eyeliner. You can definitely tell it's gel. I just don't remember it being so tough to use. This is so that I don't mess up my eye look when doing my eyeliner today. Especially because I'm using gel eyeliner. I just don't remember it being so hard to work with. Then again, I was using it on my brows, not my eyes. I don't remember it being clear. There it goes. Like, you can definitely tell. But it's okay, so I got some. Like I said, I'm not going to be able to get all the product off. So. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until I'm done with my eyeshadow look to wipe off any excess. So now we're going to go into the third shade. And this is going to start our transition. Here, I'm going to show you on the other eye. I don't know if you noticed on this eye. So I'll show you on the other eye how I did it. I'm going to stop trying to clean these brushes off because it won't be easy. So I start in the middle and then I go outer, inner, outer. And then I go a little bit higher when I don't have a lot of product left. Alright. So now we're going to blend this out with the e.l.f. eye blending brush. Or blending eye blending, I don't remember blending eye. Can't wait for Now we're going to take the same crease brush and we're going to go into the second shade. And then we're going to start in the middle again and then we're going to go in and out. So we're going to do it differently than the first shade that we used. What? I didn't hear you, love. Right. Then we're going to take the e.l.f. blending eye, or whatever it's called, brush again. We're going to blend that out the best we can. Ooh. I want one.
Okay. My phone.
Get that off. Maybe that's cold.
Oh, I'm feeling alright.
Okay. Do you want me to go up with you?
Okay.
So now, this is where I'm really gonna have to try to clean this brush off the best I can. Because now we're going to go into the first shade and try to lighten that up a little bit.
Yeah, we're doing it.
Huh? That transition, this transition I just made is so pretty. sometimes I have looks in my mind and then it doesn't work out, but when it doesn't work out, it looks prettier than what I had imagined, so I'm going to leave it like this. I'm not going to blend it out with the blending brush like I was going to. But I am going to keep the blending brush. So now we're going to go into this small like inner corner highlight brush. And we're going to go into the second shade in the palette. And that's going to be our lid shade. And this is the reason. Actually, I don't need the blending brush right now. Then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. My eyeliner doesn't look even at all, but it's okay. This is my first time actually somewhat working with gel eyeliner. So I don't need the blending eye brush anymore. So we're going to use the large shadow brush. We're going to go into the CoverGirl Eye Enhancer shadow. We're going to let me rephrase that. We're going to lightly go into there. And then we're just going to press it on. There we go. So now we gotta eyeshadow done. Get an eyeliner done. We're gonna wait for the mascara until towards the end, but alright. So now we're gonna go into primers. First, we're gonna go into the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, which there's a primer in here that I did not mention before that I completely didn't think that it would be a good travel primer, but it actually is. You'll see. So I'm actually gonna keep my rings on today, doing this part. Because I've actually found out that I use like the tips of my fingers to blend this all out. So I don't really need to take my rings off. So, alright. So we got our little wavy here. So we're gonna let that get tacky. I still got a little redness on my cheeks and on the bridge of my nose. So now we're gonna go into the Neutrogena primer. Just that much. It's literally just right there. A little bit there. Literally not that much. Forgot. Rubbing primer out. Right. So now we're going to go into the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer, which is the one that I did not realize is actually a good traveling primer. I'm gonna put it right on our cheeks where I have enlarged pores. Keep saying we. I have a mouse in my pocket or something. So we're gonna put it there. And then we're going to rub it in really well. And I'm also rubbing it on the sides of my nose. Sorry for all the noises. Okay, so now that it's rubbed in, we're gonna tap it in. My fingers really quickly, and then I'm gonna use actually no. It should be blended in because it'll also dry and it kind of like it's weird. So now I'm gonna do our glowy base. So we're gonna use the e.l.f. Sun Touchable Wool Glow. I'm just using a little bit because I'm not wanting to be too glowy right now. Just a little glowy. Dab that. Dab back in there. So now, I don't really. Like I said, enough to be able to go all over the face, but not too glowy where it's like shiny. Because even though I like glowy skin now because it's summertime, it's finally summertime. I can say that because it's past June 21st. Other than that, it's all blended. So, now, there's one thing I have changed my mind about. I was thinking, oh, because I'm using one beauty one, I should use the other, but no. Today I want something more natural. Okay. So now we're going to go into the Maybelline Fit Me concealer and the Camo Concealer Sponge. And this is where we're going to start. The underneath the underpainting with regular concealer, not contour concealer. Contour concealer will be on top. That's what we're doing. This just saves us from having to highlight our face with concealer on top of foundation. It just kind of saves time, if that's what you want to call it. Saves a lot of time. Well, it really doesn't, but it does. And here we just, remember we just color here. And then do that, or do that. Do this, and we do this. Now we're going to start doing the cheek. And honestly, I feel like this also helps soak up a lot of that blush and highlighter. And all that good jazz. That's just my opinion. I don't really know if that's true. I just feel like it is. And also, it also helps makeup not get so cakey. Because ever since I started doing this, my makeup has been less cakey. It's been less cakey. It's kind of help take out studs, help soak up some color in the blush and the highlighter and the contour and bronzer and all that. Because underpainting, what I've found out since I've started doing this more, is it, like I said, everything's less cakey. So I mean, I'm gonna start underpainting a lot because it definitely helps make things less cakey than it normally would be. I've definitely I've noticed a big difference. Okay. And now this is where I'm gonna really experiment. So I'm going to really quickly do a real quick run with setting spray, which is the Elf Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist. just to really set everything really quick. And then we'll go back into makeup. So, alright. So now we're gonna go into the Maybelline Fit Me foundation stick. This is, like I said, where we're gonna start really experimenting. So now, right here is where we're gonna stop. We're gonna take my Real Techniques powder puff and where it has the liquid side. Oh my gosh. It's not really blending it away. It's just making the coverage